active focus personal in order to lead this kind of emotional stuff. Like, yeah. So let's just say it was. So let's right. So let's just say it was. Yeah. Great. I know that you're the sexist, not me. Because it was like, yeah, I'm glad you said that. Well, right. Because I wanted to put him down to feel better about this. Basically, right. And with that example, are you speaking? Does it work from like does it still work? Do you feel support you without going at the same thing? Or does it have to be you know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to lead this kind of emotional stuff. Yeah, let's just say it was. So let's right. So let's just say it was. Yeah. Great. I know that you're the sexist, not me. Because it was like, yeah, I'm glad you said that. Well, right. Because I wanted to put him down to feel better about this. Basically, right. And with that example, are you speaking? Does it work from like does it still work? Do you feel support you without going at the same thing? Or does it have to be you know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to lead this kind of emotional stuff. Like, yeah. So let's just say it was. So let's right. So let's just say it was. Yeah. Great. I know that you're the sexist, not me. Because it was like, yeah, I'm glad you said that. Well, right. Because I wanted to put him down to feel better about this. Basically, right. And with that example, are you speaking? Does it work from like does it still work? Do you feel support you without going at the same thing? Or does it have to be you know what? Even if you were going to be sarcastic and ironic, I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to lead this kind of emotional stuff. Like, yeah. So let's just say it was. So let's right. So let's just say it was. Yeah.
Alright, that should be good, I guess. See, I don't know how low the mic is because the input bar here only goes up to half normally. But this goes up all the way. My speaker input. So I don't really know what the balance is there, but I set all my graphics settings to the highest except my filtering. Or is it my vertical sync? No, it's my filtering. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna see how this goes. I can change the settings in game, I think. My resolution's low, so it shouldn't be a problem really. Just kind of testing the limits of the new computer. Let's see, where's the keys? So I do have my controller plugged in now. I think I'm just going to keep it plugged in all the time, since it's plugged into the back and it's really annoying to get to. Let's see. Nope, I can't. That's okay. Some really loud office noises in the back too. At least it's loud in my headphones. So I don't know about on the stream. I had to set this to mouse 1, which is left click. So it wasn't normally that way. My clicks might be louder because the mic's right above the mouse, but I don't know, it didn't seem to be that bad when I tested it. I also did boost the volume of the mic about double. It was at 50, now it's at 100. So I don't know if that's going to affect anything really. It might make the quality degrade or whatever. If the mic sounds worse than it usually does, then that's why. I think we're all good here. You have to set the subtitles on. Extras are achievements and some saves. I don't know why saves are in the extra. I said that before. Video looks alright on stream. Alright. I guess we'll start.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright. Feel like the transitionary thing there. It just goes straight into the gameplay. There's no like weird loading or something. Just I don't know what word I'm looking for. Just goes
All
right
of his
into it.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Didn't you just say that? Narrator's repeating himself a bit. It's nothing I can read. think I touched that lamp.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
You don't need to get so hostile, narrator. Jeez. I do what I want. I'm Stanley. Try to open all the doors. Can't call people on that phone. I can just turn all the computers off. Though if they're on, I guess that means people were here, and there's papers all over. And I don't really know what could have happened here. Why is Stanley the only safe one? .425 forgot to close his door. That's a pay cut.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, sure. I entered the door on my left. Good one, narrator.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
No, I just wanted to go against what you were saying. I guess that's where the story choice comes into play. So I can go wherever I want. You don't have to listen to that jerk. British asshole. Or arsehole, I guess they would say.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah, no I didn't. Screw you.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, you're being a little demanding here, narrator. I'm not gonna do anything you say, jerk.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay, that's kind of funny. Ooh. I like this game so far. Even just through the narrator dialogue. Nothing even has to happen if it's just that for the entire game. Why does pause just stop the game entirely? It doesn't give me a pause screen or anything.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
I just can't live with my life anymore. I'm gonna jump from the cargo lift.
Me? What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I'm not giving you any chance, narrator. I just went out of here. I quit. I quit my job. Probably gonna kill me if I make a
Now listen
decision.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yeah, right. No, I don't know. Okay, so this time, the blue door is gonna kill me, and I have to go through the red door to not die. That's the trick, right? That's how the narrator trusts me.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the
I misunderstand
red door.
nothing, narrator.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
This looks red to me. You see? Yeah, it's this beautiful shade of blue. I think they call that shade red. That over there is just...
All right,
Not
fine.
real.
Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Nah, I'm gonna go to the lounge again. That was a good area. That's not the lounge. I didn't... Huh?
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
I didn't go into the new
The
version.
game benefited from allowing you more choices.
Oh, I see.
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
It was alright.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really. Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
It's the same version. Oh, I see. Is it me? Am I on it? Stanley's not that bad. Hey. This is very rude. I'm rating you 3. Just for that.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
It was alright, I guess. I mean, nothing good, nothing bad.
I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Is it just starting the game over again? Huh? Oh no.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
I'm not a family man. Sorry, baby.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Oh, you don't need to get so
since
down.
My game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Great.
Well, Stanley,
Game.
is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
How about you let me jump,
Will it
and I'll
ever
tell
be
you.
enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
It's just gonna turn into a Minecraft Let's Play. An interactive Minecraft Let's Play.
This will go here. No, here. And then...
I'm gonna take that.
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes. It's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please,
I don't
step
trust
inside
this.
and make
You're
yourself
gonna lock me in.
comfortable.
I don't want in there. I'm just gonna hide here in the corner. You can't force me into your door, narrator. I do what I want. Why is that making keyboard sounds when I click? Because I'm actually playing Minecraft? I don't know. Close the door. I can't even go inside it. No, there we go. Fine, I'll be inside your stupid house.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Well, I can't actually mine. I'm not able to play. I can only press buttons.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
I wish. I couldn't find any coal. I couldn't have any torches. Look, there's coal. Take it. Narrator, build me torches. Oh, there's more coal. Mushrooms. Make some mushroom soup.
Oh, no, 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 no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one.
Oh,
okay,
no.
New game.
Well, I guess the narrator hates Minecraft. Because it's too open world. Is this Portal?
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a
Glad I can
glass
still do
box
this.
with no way out. Listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
There's no, like... Oh, here it is. Just what the hell is Portal anyway, right? Just can't understand it. Oh, there we go. There's no glass on that side. I don't remember that happening.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
It's funny that you make the comparison to GLaDOS, and then this happens.
No, actually, you know
or maybe you
what? I
already
think
knew
that's
this was gonna
plenty.
happen, but
I really don't care much to see you stumble.
hey. 3. I give this a 3, maybe? Yeah, it was alright. I liked it a bit. You know, nothing great, but, you know, it's pretty okay. Did I just die? Oh. Is this gonna turn to survival horror all of a sudden? Silent Hill? Stanley, what have you gotten yourself into? I'm expecting a pop scare. It's not gonna not scare me, but I'm expecting it. I don't like this. Narrator, please. I should have listened to the narrator. I didn't want this. This is not a spookathon. Please let me out of here before anything bad happens. Yes. Okay. Sweet. Give me a gun or something if you're gonna do this. I like the light. The light is good. The light bathes me. Isn't this my room? I can't do anything. Maybe the pop scare's on a time limit and they just want you to wander around in circles until it happens. Look, there's stuff here. Let me do it. Okay, whatever. Stanley. Do whatever you want. I should have gone through the red door. I chose the blue door. Pop scare.
I
Come
wonder
on.
what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Well, at least there wasn't a pop scare. Okay, I was fully expecting a timed scare there. Like you just walk around for like 2 minutes, and then out of nowhere. I think that was timed though, like I didn't have to go into that room and then go back. Did it start over? Got creepy music this time though.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah,
Stanley
whatever
decided to
could it
go to
mean?
the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's listen to the narrator this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Psych.
this was not a meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
I really like that line. Yeah, I don't know.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Goodbye.
I'm not your enemy, really. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Fucking Stanley. Always have to prove himself. How do I load a save? Oh, I don't know how to load it. Oh well.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
At least everyone thinks I'm very powerful. All I need. Wait, did I accidentally go through the right door? Oh no, I didn't.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called
That's
so
a different line
deeply
than last
and so
time.
personally to Stanley? Its
Strange.
grace, its subtle charm. No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
What? He's not telling me to admire it this time. I was going to admire it for him, just to see what
Yes,
happened.
really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It is. Who are you to judge, narrator? Jeez. Maybe I like looking at
At
this
this point,
ocean.
Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Everyone left because they couldn't take Stanley anymore. The entire company just dissolved itself, leaving Stanley here.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Says who? Jeez. I just want to look at the stuff. I'm not trying to advance the story. I'm just admiring this room. It's a beautiful room. Look at this coffee maker. Probably makes delicious coffee. Then over here, some great boxes. They need to stay kept dry. That's why they're in the corner in the employee lounge on like the 37th floor. There's this beautiful painting of a mountain here. Whoever painted this kind of looks like a photo. Maybe it is a photo. They're trying to pass it off as a painting. Freaking frauds. And there's just random papers all over the place. Door's locked though. I didn't lock that door. Okay, we got a leaf. It's a good leaf. I think. I don't know. I'm not an artist. Stanley is not an artist. He just enjoys paintings. He doesn't critique them. It is a beautiful ocean, though. There's the lights. There's a fire alarm. Set it off. That'd be nice. Buy myself a drink. No. Well, at least I can watch time go by. As soon as it reaches 11:27, that is my coming. Hey, this clock doesn't work. It's a bunch of... it's a crock. That's what it is.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
You wish.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Nah, I'm leaving. This place sucks. Okay, door's locked. Go through the blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the
No,
red
I'm sure you
door.
said blue.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, the red door. Oh, why didn't you just say so, narrator? I mean, come on.
Oh,
You can't
thank
expect me to
God
know
you
everything.
are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay, I can go into the eternal black void. Or The eternal black void. No, I think this is the way I came, so I'm going back.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Prince
If we
Interactive?
just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I've... No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
I'm not gonna hurt myself. How clumsy do you think I am, narrator? It's just stairs.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
You're coming with me, narrator. Oh. Okay, bye.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. No. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Goodbye, narrator. Damn it.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Sounds about right. Oh, come on.
Maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
Alright, I'll go back to the other
You wanted to
room.
make a choice after all. Well, this one is your... Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
I kind of feel bad now. I mean, I want to go back and see what he says about that before I kill myself. Well, I'll kill myself anyway. It's gotta happen.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Great, great.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oops. How do I load? Let me just load the game. There we go. This isn't where I saved last time. Hello. Oh well. Oh yeah. Alright. So, loading the game will definitely be helpful.
No, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. No! No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this? Stanley, my God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
You sound so
But I
depressed.
guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me? I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish...
Narrator,
I still
no.
thought that was possible.
There's no need to be so depressed. We can get through it. Just you and me. It's a great view, narrator. You want to come check this out with me? We could be happy together. Come on, doesn't this just snap you out of your depression? It's very nice. You did a nice job making this room, narrator. How long did it take you? Maybe like weeks, years? It's a very beautiful room. Alright, I guess I'll go back. Oops. I don't know what I was doing. I was thinking for like a few seconds there, and I still made the wrong decision. Main menu, load game, go.
All of this. Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Okay. Stanley's a pretty restless guy. He won't be able to stand here very long. And Stanley's immediately bored of standing in one place.
No! What do we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here. You are going to stay here, aren't you?
Maybe. Depends on what you want me to do, narrator.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die! What about this isn't getting through to you?
I do like the music here. It's very nice. Now let's see if the dialogue changes when I try and kill myself after doing that. It's very
Please,
long
no,
stairs.
Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Yeah, it's very long stairs.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please... There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
Okay, I'll stop moving for you, narrator. Don't know where that's gonna get us. It's all gonna peter out, everything becomes dark, and the game ends. Or not, I'm moving. How do you like that, narrator? You don't have anything to say to that? I'm out of here. Jerk, can't even narrate everything.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
Okay, you've convinced me. But you don't have anything else to say, so I'm out of here.
No. No, no, what do you do? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
You could tell me to jump off the stairs, then I wouldn't.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room.
Didn't you already say
Can
that?
you do that for me? Yes. Perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about. I know you'll see that we can't be happy if we leave this place. You can see that, can't you? No,
What?
Perhaps not.
Oh. Candle after.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly? Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just
Okay, now he's
teasing me?
depressed. So. Ooh, I think we have exhausted this. I don't know why the narrator brought us here in the first place, though. I wonder what was through the other door in the darkness. Or if they were both the same. Will we ever know? Goodbye.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I like to imagine
Stanley
that it's
decided to go to the
like a
meeting.
different Stanley
Perhaps
every
he'd simply
time,
missed a memo.
and he just has to keep narrating all these Stanleys' lives. And they all keep making different decisions, and he like says the same thing to try and convince them, like, maybe this Stanley will listen to me this time. But no, it just doesn't.
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there, just a kind of, tingle.
It's a nice feeling.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Alright, I'm gonna save here. Seems like a good crossroad. Oops. At least I saved.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Alright, I'm gonna try going through the red door
Now
first
listen
time.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
It's a red door, it's a very nice door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to
No,
listen to
that's
me.
the same
Do
thing.
you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
See, I don't know which one's the, if they're different or not. I go through this one, then I'll try the other one if it's not this. If it is the same, I'll try the other one. And it looks like it's the same.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yeah.
I bet it's the same thing though. So that was just kind of for effect. The two different doors existing.
What do we...
Yeah, I'm gonna say they're the same. So I'll go back and load my save on the cargo lift. That's not the save on the cargo lift. Oh yeah, it is. The other one was down there.
Someone you've been neglecting?
Should go undone. Oops. I keep clicking that. There's no confirmation window on that either. So it just starts the game over. I'm trying to delete the other save. There.
Someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Does Stanley have a wife?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life.
Oh, I like this
She's
ending.
been waiting.
Or I like this path so far, narrator. I'm prepared to meet Stanley's wife. Or dog, or whatever. Is there anything to do in here? Kinda seems like it'd be an important room. It's all the boxes.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? Well, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
I think I broke.
It's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices.
No, don't
And
break
to
the
think I've
fourth
been
wall,
letting you
narrator.
Run around in this game for so long. If you've made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay, I'll go back and pick up the
Choice.
phone.
It's the best part of being a real person, but if used incorrectly can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Oh boy, I'm gonna set fire to all the orphans.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy
see.
decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Is the narrator my
Welcome back.
instructor?
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Do I get to jump off the thing again? There's just gonna be another phone?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
I have to kill myself. There has to be a way. You gotta jump off. It's in my blood. Stanley can't live. Hey, this door was open before. You closed it on me, narrator. You don't want me to go through that door now, but earlier it was okay.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Where? There's no door on the... This isn't the door on the left. Oh, that
Now
door
remember,
on the left.
all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I forgot which way is left. That's this way, right?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I guess we're too late then. I don't know. Is there a way to reset the doors? Narrator, come on. Throw me a bone here. I've never seen this hallway before.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to.
No, don't. Then I have to reopen it. No, okay, I'll make the right decisions, narrator, don't. Are we good? Okay.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you...
Oops.
Would be funny. You just had to see. Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground
Spoilers,
facility.
maybe,
You
narrator?
would have
Come on.
destroyed it and been victorious.
There's still
It would have
time.
been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing
What?
responsibly and always putting the story
I don't have a save here, do I? Yeah, I don't. What the fuck?
first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I press a button that makes me go back to my last decision? Huh. I don't understand what I did. So that was part of the game? It sounded like he cut off in the middle of his dialogue. So... What was that? What was that button? Hit C? Oh, I paused it. I don't know what I did. How'd I get back here?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as
Oh, I
Stanley
see.
would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I've got to go in the right door. It's the only way to go.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly.
If it resets again, though. Okay, I'll go in the left door.
Behave exactly as
Calm
Stanley
down,
would.
narrator.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'll go in the door on the left this once, narrator.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Which one is Stanley, though? So, this man looks a lot like how I picture Stanley. This man on the left. I don't think this is quite accurate. That's spelled wrong. Yourself. I don't like this. Plant life. Metamorphosis? Less air. Yeah, okay. And being comatose. Okay. That was a lot of slides. It was alright, it was worth going through the left door
Coming
for,
to
I
a
guess.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Did they remove the thing to go down here, though? Because of my decision-making thing? I don't know. I guess they made it all linear now. Because there were doors down there. I don't know. Maybe get down there.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Okay. Night Shark 115. No, I don't have a receiver.
Is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
Yeah, I don't have a receiver, buddy. I just have this microphone. If you're not going to pick up the microphone, then
okay,
I don't know what you want from me.
You're not going to do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right.
I did.
You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way?
I did, because I exhausted the other way.
Explain yourself, you coward! When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
what?
He entered the door.
Oh, that's Stanley.
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Well, okay then. I don't know what he wanted me to do. I tried speaking into the receiver.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh, I see. Hey, you didn't tell me what to do. It's like the first line was pretty important to transition from that. Well, yeah, I think I accidentally closed the door there.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
I'm gonna try and speak into the receiver again, because I think they wanted me to talk in my mic. I said it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Maybe I had to hold down the button while I was saying it.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Nah. Screw that receiver. I do what I want. It's creepy down here.
But Stanley
Let's
just
get out of
couldn't
here.
do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Stanley's
This is the
crazy.
story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay, Stanley, let's maybe not go downstairs this time. Since that just drives you
Someone
insane.
was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Come on, narrator, don't get me paranoid like that. Oh, I see. Maybe. I am following myself? I don't know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I saw myself.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
What? The game's
Perhaps
just...
he wanted to stop by the
What?
employee lounge first, just to admire
That
it.
was a different opening. I thought it was an extension of the other one.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, we'll go this way.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Yeah, right. I wonder if the narrator's story that he actually wants me to do is more interesting than all
Stanley
these.
didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
I can't go any other way, narrator, so... I was gonna go right, because... I mean, I was gonna go left.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
I mean, I was gonna go the way you told me to, since
No,
it sounded like you were kind of
no,
hesitating.
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
That looks like death, in the form of being crushed by a truck. I don't want to go that way. Okay. Well, there was a door here, I didn't see it. So... Oh, wow.
No, this isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track,
Wonder if I was the one that got
from
fired.
the top.
There's one person that got fired in the whole complex. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, that guy's not here now. That's strange.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh boy, it's like 7 choices. I can't make this. And it's 5 choices. I got to barely decide which game to stream. Let's find the story. Stanley, I don't think you're very good at that. Judging by your past experiences.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What
Stanley
could it
decided to
mean?
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What could it possibly mean?
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Narrator, do you even understand what your story is? Did the painting just change? Yeah, it like has this weird scan thing when I get close to it. Did this room change? I don't think there were glass walls on all sides like that.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Wow, what?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story?
Looks like it to
I
me.
don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time, I have to restart.
The entire place is going to be that place now. Narrator, you didn't think this one through. What?
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parabox Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Just follow the line, TM. Hey, that door's open. But, you know me. Crazy me. That's, yeah, I don't need that. I want to see the 2 doors again. I don't need no line telling me what to do.
No, I'm done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
The narrator just gave up. He's not even gonna say, like, Stanley, you're horrible at this. Just, no, just the line. I don't care. Okay, narrator. I can live with this. For now. This is a really low-res solitaire game. Takes up the entire monitor.
You see,
Pretty fancy
the
line.
line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh my. Yes, this is exactly what we needed. Line's going a little crazy. It's gonna kill me or something.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay. You gonna ask me how many leaves are on it? So I think it's, too many. I'm not gonna study the fern, it's stupid. You can't trick me, narrator. You and your line.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Trademark. The line, trademark. TM. That's the beginning. Yeah, so it's split off here. Let's go this way. Didn't I just... Yeah, I came from this way. So be this way. Probably. Yeah. This should be the way to go.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
The line led right to the monitor room. Okay. Alright. I like this route. This is the best route so far, I think. Maybe.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
Jump out the window.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
No,
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
I don't know, I like this path because it's not like me, Stanley, and the narrator are fighting. They're like, they're helping each other for a common goal. They're like working together. Or the narrator just kind of exists and Stanley's just wandering around, do whatever he wants. The narrator's just kind of messing around and Stanley's just kind of stuck here doing whatever.
Oh no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
TM. Trademark. Subtitles. Only in the subtitles would you get that joke.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
I don't even get a choice in this one. Jeez.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
What? That was a rather loud noise. Am I in the confusion
All
ending?
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Kind of forget what the schedule said to do, because I wasn't expecting it to actually do
When
that.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic, like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Can I just go back into the room again? No.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, I opened the broom closet. Sweet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I tried to open that before and it didn't open. So I don't know what the deal is here. I'm just gonna be in here. I like it here.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I'm glad I accidentally opened this broom closet. It's rather entertaining. I could have sworn I tried to open it, like all the other times I passed it. Well, two of them. One time it would have made sense if it didn't open, but the last time, I don't know, I guess I must not have clicked it.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
You can't do any worse than the guy who died playing the game.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
The broom closet's the best place to be. It's where all the cool kids are.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't think there was what was downstairs? Insanity, yeah. Alright, let's not go insane. I'm running out of places to go. I mean, I still have stuff to do at the, jumping off the lift.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Stanley simply began entering random codes into the keypad, knowing full well the sheer statistical unlikelihood that this would ever result in a correct combination. If he knew that the combo was 2845, it would be another story entirely. But no, this is what he was going to do instead.
This is what Stanley would do, if Stanley was real. And in control of his actions.
Twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
You're right, narrator. There's no way he could possibly know. So I don't see why you expect him to.
2845.
Hey, shut up. I'm living the realism. This is the realistic ending.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Oh, that door. Okay. I don't know. Maybe that receiver doesn't exist in this timeline. It only exists in the one that was messed up. And it was a joke because Stanley can't speak, so there's no way to do that. We're actually going into the real story. It's like amazing. After messing around for so long.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
It'll probably be pretty long when you put me in charge.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Nah. I think that was at the one with all the doors. Just in case, I'll do another one.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I doubt that. Can't trust you,
The
narrator.
door
What do
behind
you
him
know?
was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
The narrator didn't warn me about this. What can I say? Looks pretty deadly. I don't like it. Go on, Stanley. How violent of a death could it be, right?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
No, no.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
That's a clear contradiction. The new narrator saved me from the old narrator's... I don't know, he was killing me.
And yet it would be
Jerk.
just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
So where's Stanley's room? Just the one with 2 doors. You really have something for the corridor? It's a nice office Stanley has. It's pretty big. Yeah, it's like a good gallery place. Seems pretty cool. Huh. I rate those sounds a 3. Not great, not bad. The impeccable Kevin Brighting. I didn't read that in the credits that played through the last time. So there's that. I think I know Kevin McLeod. I've heard that name before. Kevin Brighting. Stupid thing. My Windows update wants me to restart my computer. It keeps popping up, even though I say postpone for 4 hours. It comes up every like 10 minutes. Let's see what's on this side first before I go back over there. Fireplace has gone through a lot of changes. How is that even a fireplace? It looks... I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. It's bad. Should probably go up there first. It looks almost exactly the same. Oh wait, escape's written on a board instead of right above the thing. Huh. I can't really hear it.
Then he pushed the number 4.
I can't hear her. You're gonna put in outtakes but not let me hear them?
Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about that? They're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible to you? When Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever.
Oh well.
Stanley stood on
Whatever. I heard a bit of it, but not in really that much. Not enough to sit there and keep listening. Hey, I have the fern memorized, just in case. It's important. Freedom ending. Spoilers, maybe. Countdown ending, huh? What do you mean you found it too difficult to remember what was up and what was down? Does it really matter? They're both endings. You don't have to pick, and you can save right before you go into it. Whoever playtested your game sucks. Oh, I just can't remember if I went up last time or down last time. I have the memory of a goldfish. Please fix it. Oh yeah, I need to pick up that phone. I forgot about that. I need to pick the phone up. So I'll go do that next time. I don't understand. There's a vent. Maybe I could look at that. Well, these are obviously different layouts of the place, but I don't know which one is the one that actually exists. Huh. Which one's the simplest version? Version 1? Oh, I guess the vent doesn't exist then. I don't know. It's number 3. Yeah, I'll say number 3 was the one. Kinda looks like the one. What's this? The Zending. Oh, that would be the ending where I can jump off the thing, right? No? Oh, it was cut and merged with something else, so... I don't know. Okay, now that's kind of something to complain about, I guess, because you don't want to restart from the menu unless you know for sure that the ending is over, so yeah, that's where they've complained. But up and down on the elevator, that's stupid. You don't complain about stuff like that. Let's see, the other way would probably lead to the other side of that room. Or no, maybe this is only half the place. I have another hallway to go into over here. So this then. Well, okay. This is all that was there. This is how it got greenlit. The point of the Stanley Parable is to lose. Which, that's accurate, I guess. Does look kind of weird, the alien base just there. It doesn't contrast well. Or, yeah. So this is all, yeah, stuff I've seen. Let's get out of here. Where's the exit? It's somewhere around here. What's this? It's a nice trailer. It's good static. I'd buy the game based on this. There we go. There's nothing. It's not giving me any music, no sound or anything. We couldn't program that in. That's too hard. Couldn't make a model for speakers, so just wouldn't make sense to play sound without having speakers.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. Does not